Hi students, welcome to lesson 6 problems on independent events. In the last lesson, that is lesson 5, we have started solving the problems of exercise on independent events. There are a few more questions which have to be solved. So let us continue. So exercise 13.2. Today's first example, that is example number 14 in the exercise. So probability of solving a problem independently by A and B are 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 respectively. If both try to solve the problem independently, find the probability that first one, the problem is solved. Second, exactly one of them solves the problem. Students, please note here, whenever this type of question is asked, see here, two things are very important. One is, events are independent. That means the probability of solving a problem by A and B, they are independent. So that is one thing. Second one is, problem is solved means how many cases are there? Either A solves or B solves or both of them also. That means A union B. Similarly, exactly one of them solves means A only solves but B does not solve, or B only solves, A does not solve. So all these things, first you have to understand. Let us do it. See, we have these informations. Probability A is given, that is 1 by 2. And probability B is given, that is 1 by 3. And then first one is the problem is solved means, as I told you, it is probability A union B. Either A solves or B solves. So this is the thing. So now this is equal to 1 minus probability A complement into probability B complement. This property we have derived under the independent events. So probability A union B is also equal to 1 minus probability A complement B complement. So now substitute 1 minus, what is probability A complement? That is 1 minus probability A, that is 1 by 2. Similarly, what is probability B complement? That is same as 1 minus 1 by 3, because probability B is 1 by 3, probability A is 1 by 2. Simplify. So this will be equal to 1 minus 1 by 2 into 2 by 3. So this we can simplify. So 2 cancels here. So it is 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3, which is 2 by 3. Therefore, the probability that the problem is being solved will be equal to 2 by 3. So this is the first part. Exactly one of them solve the problem. Let us continue. Second, exactly one of them solves the problem. So that is equal to probability A solves the problem, but probability into probability B does not solve the problem, and plus probability B solves the problem into probability A does not solve the problem. So this is equal to probability A into probability B complement plus probability B into probability A complement. So substitute 1 by 2 into 1 minus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 into 1 minus 1 by 2. So simplify. So it is 1 by 2 into 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3 into 1 by 2. So simplify further. First one is 1 by 3, 2 cancels. Second one is 1 by 6. Add them. So you get 1 by 2. Therefore, the second one is, answer is 1 by 2. Next example is example number 15. One card is drawn at random from a well shuffled deck of 52 cards. In which of the following cases are the events E and F are independent? That means you have to decide whether they are independent or not. So the first problem is this. E is the event. The card drawn is spade, and F is the event. The card drawn is ace. Second, E is the event. The card drawn is black, and F is the event. The card drawn is king. And the third one, E is the event. The card drawn is a king or queen. And F, the card drawn is queen or jack. So here, what is number of S, that is sample space, that will be equal to 52 because there are 52 cards and one card is drawn. Now, first case, E is the card drawn is spade. Therefore, what is number of E? That is sufficient. So, that is 13. So, there are 13 spade varieties. Therefore, 13. Now, F is the card drawn is an ace. In a deck of card, there are totally 4 aces. Therefore, it is 4. Now, number of E intersection F also we need. So, that will be equal to 1 because there is only one ace which is spade. So, now probability E equal to number of E divided by number of S. So, that is equal to 13 by 52 which is 1 by 4. So, the probability of the event E is 1 by 4. Similarly, probability F we have to calculate number of F divided by number of S. So, substitute, that is 4 divided by 52, that is 1 by 13. So, now probability E is 1 by 4, probability F is 1 by 13. So, now probability E into probability F equal to 1 by 4 into 1 by 13, that is 1 by 52. So, this is one thing. Next, let us take it as 1. And what is probability E intersection F? So, that will be equal to number of E intersection F divided by number of S. So, that will be equal to 1 by 52, that is 1 by 52. So, this is equation 2. Now, look at the equation 1 and equation 2. Probability E into probability F is 1 by 52 and probability of E intersection F is also 1 by 52. Therefore, from 1 and 2, probability E intersection F is same as probability E into probability F. So, this implies E and F are independent. So, this is the first part of the question. Let us proceed. Second part. So, let us try to do. Second part is this. E is the event. The card drawn is black. F is the event. Card drawn is king. Let us write. Here once again, number of S equal to 52. Now, what is E? The card drawn is black. How many black cards are there? So, number of E will be 26. There are 26 black cards and 26 red cards. Then, the card drawn is king. How many kings are there? So, it is 4. Number of F is 4. And we also need number of E intersection F. How many black kings are there? So, it is 2. Therefore, now probability E equal to number of E by number of S. So, substitute number of E is 26 divided by number of S is 52. So, that is 1 by 2. Similarly, probability F, that will be equal to number of F divided by number of S, that is 4. Number of F is 4 divided by number of S equal to 52. So, this is 1 by 13. Now, probability E into probability F, first let us calculate, that is 1 by 2 into 1 by 13. So, that will be equal to 1 by 26. So, let us call it as equation 1. Now, what else we have to calculate? So, probability E intersection F we have to calculate. Number of E intersection F divided by number of S. So, this will be equal to 2 divided by 52. Once again, it is 26. Let us call it as 2. Now, it is very clear. From 1 and 2, probability E intersection F, which is 1 by 26, and that is also equal to probability into probability F, that is also 1 by 26. Therefore, this implies E and F are independent. This is the second part. Students, please note, exactly same way you can also solve the third problem. Please do it yourself. Next, example 16. In a hostel, 60% of the students read Hindi newspaper, 40% read English newspaper and 20% read both Hindi and English newspapers. A student is selected at random. First one, find the probability that she reads neither Hindi nor English newspapers. Second one, if she reads Hindi newspaper, find the probability that she reads English newspaper. And the third one, C, if she reads English newspaper, find the probability that she reads Hindi newspaper. If you can do B, definitely you can do C also. So let us solve it. Let us first write the information. The students who read Hindi newspaper, this is 60%. That means out of 100, 60 are reading Hindi newspaper. Now the information is given in terms of percentage. The student who read English newspaper, that is 40%. Then the student who read both newspaper, that is 20%. So these are the informations given. Now let H be the event that the student selected reads Hindi newspaper. So then what is probability H? Because how many students are there who read Hindi newspaper? Out of 100, 60. Therefore this will be equal to 60 by 100. Students, note here, it is not given how many students are there in the hostel, but information is given in terms of percentage, but that is sufficient for us to calculate the probability. So probability H is 60 by 100. Similarly, let E be the event that the student selected reads English newspaper, then definitely probability of E will be equal to 40 by 100. Then probability E intersection F will be equal, because the students who read both, so that will be equal to 20 by 100. So common. Now first problem is this: find the probability that she reads neither Hindi nor English paper. What do you mean by that? So this will be equal to probability of H complement and, that means you see, you have to understand this one. Neither Hindi nor English means not Hindi and not English. That is the meaning. So it is probability of, in terms of set language, probability of H complement intersection E complement. Now we have to understand this one. So last year we have studied De Morgan's law. A complement intersection B complement is equal to A union B complement. Therefore we can write this as probability of H union E complement. So H complement intersection E complement can be written as H union E complement. But now this will be equal to 1 minus probability H union E, because probability of a complement of an event is same as 1 minus probability of the event. So this is the property. So we have studied. Let us continue. Now substitute 1 minus, now you have to put a bracket. What is probability H union E? That is same as probability H plus probability E minus probability H intersection E. Now look here, all the three informations are ready. Therefore substitute. So 1 minus. Then what is probability H? Probability H is 60 by 100. So substitute. Similarly, what is probability E? It is 40 by 100 minus. What is probability H intersection E? That is 20 by 100. Just simplify. So it is 1 minus 80 by 100. 60 plus 40, that is 100. 100 minus 20, because LCM is same. So simplify further. It is 20 by 100, or you can also simplify it as 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is the required probability. So this is the first part A. Let us proceed. Second part is, if she reads Hindi newspaper, find the probability that she reads English newspaper. That means what? Conditional probability. So required probability here is probability E given H. See, remember here, she reads Hindi is the given condition. If she reads Hindi newspaper, what is the probability of that she reads English newspaper. So it is probability of E given H. And what is the formula? Probability E intersection H intersection E or E intersection H divided by probability H. Now substitute 20 by 100, that is the probability of H intersection E, divided by probability H is 60 by 100. So simplify. So it is 1 by 3. 100 cancels. 20 by 60 will be 1 by 3. So this is the answer. Next, second part also we will do. If she reads English newspaper, find the probability that she reads Hindi newspaper. Exactly similar. Required probability is probability H given E. So that is the difference. So formula is probability of H intersection E divided by probability E. Once again substitute the value. 20 by 100 is probability H intersection E divided by what is probability E? Probability is 40 by 100. Once again simplify, you get 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is the answer. So this is the third part. Next, example 17. So this is the probability of obtaining an even prime number on each die when a pair of dice is rolled is. It's a multiple choice question. A 0, B 1 by 3, C 1 by 2, D 1 by 36. There are two questions, 17 and 18. Both let us discuss. So what is the answer for this? So here detailed answer is not actually necessary because it is a multiple choice question. Therefore just see what is the explanation. See here, what is number of yes? Two dice are rolled. Therefore number of yes will be equal to 36. Now look at this one, even prime number, the probability of obtaining an even prime number on each die. That means 2, 2. So what is number of A? This will be 1. So number of A is 1 and number of S is 36. So it is very simple. Required probability will be 1 by 36. So D is the correct option. It's a very simple problem provided we understand what is even prime number. And second one is number of sample space. Let us proceed. This is the last question. This is also multiple choice question. Two events A and B will be independent if A and B are mutually exclusive. Second, probability A complement B complement. Of course, you have to understand here A complement and B complement. So that's the meaning. And the third one is probability A equal to B. And third one, last one is probability A plus probability B equal to 1. So whenever two events are independent, which one of the following is correct? Of course, this is a concept based question. You have derived the condition for this one already. Whenever two events are independent, what is the option? Definitely option is B. Probability. This theorem actually property we have proved. If A and B are independent, then A complement and B complement are also independent. A and B complement also independent. A complement and B also independent. These are the properties we have studied. Therefore, definitely B is the option. Students, please note with this, the exercise is completed. In the next class, we have to go for a very interesting session, that is Bayes theorem, total probability theorem, etc. Of course, first we have to study total probability theorem because that is required for Bayes theorem. And in probability, especially related to conditional probability, normally Bayes theorem is most challenging. And there is one confusion. Students get confused between Bayes theorem and total probability theorem. Therefore, you have to go very carefully. So please wait for the next lesson. There I am going to introduce the concept of total probability theorem and Bayes theorem. Let us meet in the next lesson. So please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed and share with your friends. And once again, my suggestion is please watch all the lessons in the same sequence so that concepts will be very clear. And I have made a small change in the present way of presenting the lesson. That is, I am not taking main lesson, supplementary lesson, etc. I am just taking the lesson and then also I am taking exercise problems related to the concept so that it will be clear, and you need not work out all the exercise problem at a stretch. So as and when the concepts are introduced, and then immediately I will be taking the examples also, so that it will be convenient for you. Let us meet in the next lesson with the concept of Bayes theorem and total probability theorem. Till then, bye, take care.